you doing?
I'm well, thanks.
Great. What did you have for dinner? I know you just slammed something down.
Yeah, I got home and was kind of like piddling around and, just kind of, and I haven't eaten yet today at that point. I just hadn't. I was like, I don't have time. And Hunter was like, let's go get food. And we never go get food, so it was exciting. I was like, we're going to get food. Because I'm so cheap. I'm like, no, we're going to eat what's in the house. God damn it.
Did you get Panda Express?
No, we didn't go for the sugar chicken.
Oh, not today.
Well, we had it like last weekend, so I love Panda Express. No, we went to Subway.
Hot take. I like Subway.
I do too.
It
always hits the spot.
But then again, we like sugar in our grits, and we should be thrown out of the South, apparently. So,
but doesn't everybody at least a little bit love Subway? How do you not love Subway?
There's that. I don't know if it's even true, but I have heard there are more Subways than like McDonald's in the US.
They're the most popular. At least when I was in college, they were the most popular franchise in the country.
Yeah. So that may no longer be true, but I know at one point.
Yeah, sometimes it's really, really good. There are better, in my opinion, there are better sandwich shops.
Sure.
But sometimes you just want
a nasty sandwich. Yeah.
There we go.
So, why are we here today? Why did you get this notification that there's a brand new Witch Bitch Amateur Hour, and why is it only like 30 to 45 minutes long?
Well, we felt bad because we didn't go to Witch Fest, and we were like, well, we'll do like this nice little thing. We'll like do a little Q and A. Plus, I mean, in the reception on the questions, people have a lot of questions to ask, so maybe this is something we roll out doing just randomly in the future. But, it's just kind of a fun thing for you guys, too.
When we posted this, I was kind of like, oh, geez, what if nobody asks anything? What if nobody cares? So it's good to see. And then to keep everything fair, as we try to do, we have a 31-sided dice, basically. And we're going to roll 4 questions. And Mace has set a timer. So when we hit this time that we're shooting for, we're done. We're out, dudes. It's a mini-ep. We're going to try to stay focused. Yep. But we're going to get to as many as we can. But, if we don't get to your question, like she said, we'll have more.
We will have more.
So should we kick this thing off?
Let's do it, man. Let's break the bottle on this big bitch.
Big clandestine bitch. So our first question is the 31st question.
Oh, nifty.
It's the last one that I saw submitted before we started here. This is from Mackenzie K. Can we get a minisode at some point of InstaGym? All the mentions, descriptions, and terrifying facts like a bloopers reel of Wabah dedicated just to InstaGym.
Look, can we just start a podcast just for Jim?
I think that we could talk quite a bit about InstaGym.
It'd be the adventures of Jim.
Oh,
it'd be great.
We could build a whole lore. We'll be a lore factory for Jim. We'll write books.
I'm for it. Listen.
Blumhouse will pick up a film, but it'll be shitty. Who would play Jim in the motion picture?
Okay, you know who it would be? It'd be Creepy Thin Man from Charlie's Angels, the guy who played Willard.
Crispin? What's his name?
I think he's incredible, and I think he would be a great Jim.
Yes, absolutely. You know what? You're dead ass right. There's no second place for this one.
No, it's got to be him.
Or we go way in the other direction, and we have to get somebody like Sam Elliott or something.
Wow. Whoa. That shook me to my core. Picturing Sam Elliott as as Jim doing all these things. It's actually Sam Elliott's face eating these canty panties. No, it's killing me.
He does have the perfect voice for it.
Oh,
It's close. He almost got it.
So I guess to answer your question, probably.
Yeah, at some point. I think it would maybe be good practice to start saving anytime we talk about Jim.
We should. Yeah. We should.
And then maybe one of these days we'll just slap it all up, and the very ambitious out there can, sketch them up or something. Our next question comes from Chelsea M. What is your advice on a daily routine? I struggle with keeping up with one, on top of fighting depression and high anxiety. Love you guys. Heart emoji, rockin' emoji.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
The horns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this is kind of a bad question for me to go first on, because this is something I do. I also really struggle with, on top of fighting depression and high anxiety. I find that starting with I kind of talked about it last episode about how I used to make those big ass schedules for myself. Starting with a schedule that's just 2 or 3 things long, and not even putting times to it, just like wake up, grab your brush and put on a little makeup.
I knew it. I knew it.
Just wake up, shower, brush your teeth before bed, and like start there. Do that for a week, and then add one thing at a time. And it's just, I guess my advice would be to go slow and to stay realistic. Unless we're talking about a magical routine, which in the same case is the same advice. So
yeah, it really is. I'm a pretty routine oriented person by nature. And not to a time thing. I don't like times. I don't like to be constricted by times. I really can't stand it. I'm punctual, but it's like, that's not the same thing as things I have to do every day. Like, I don't want to have to do the same thing every day at the same time, or I'll flip out.
Yeah.
And so I just have a few set things that I do every day. And like, I don't know. I think the biggest routine I maintain is like my diet, like, just from a nutritional standpoint. And I think eventually, I think the reason that we stick with anything is your reasons to do them. Like, for instance, if you're trying to learn something for somebody else, you're probably not going to learn it. But if you're trying to learn something for you, it's a little bit different, And so I think just a lot of it is, if you're trying to keep a routine, if you're really getting into the habit of doing it, try incorporating doing it with things you already like to do. And then it becomes a little easier to start forcing yourself to do other things in a routine.
Yeah. And then that way you get to experience that feeling of, once you accomplish this goal, kind of having that feeling of like, I just did that. Which can build upon itself. The more you feel that, the more you of realize, you know what? I thought I'd have a hard time, but my goal has been to brush my hair every single day, and I've done that, and I feel great. So maybe next week I'll wash the dog. I don't know, whatever the goal is. Every day. Every single day, wash the dog. All right, here we go. We got another one. They just keep rolling in.
Oh.
This is from Holly L. What's your take on palm readings? Have you ever had one?
I have never had a palm reading done. Like, I don't know much about it. I'm very interested in palmistry, but the practical person in me is also just like,
how?
Yeah, so I'm kind of on the fence about it. I think it's really neat. I would love to get my palms read.
Oh, yeah.
But I just don't know. I don't know how.
You bet your boner we're going to do it for an experience episode.
I bet your boner.
You heard me. Mm-hmm. I have had my palm read, but I remember it being just super, super interesting, and little tidbits. When somebody posts on Facebook, like, if you have this mark, it means this, and Grandma, our shared grandmother, you've met her. We've met. You're passingly familiar. She sent that thing to us about how if you have the M in your palm.
Yeah, and we both do.
And we both have the M. And then also in one of our episodes, we've spoken about the healer's mark, the vertical lines under the pinky that might be there that indicates that you are a healer. Other than that, no, man. I don't know dick about it, but I would have a good time doing it. But same as you, I'm a little skeptical.
A little skept.
Skept.
A little skept.
Little Skept is a bad rapper. He's a rapper that raps about, like, being skeptical about things all the time.
It's the whole gimmick. That's the whole thing.
I don't really believe in ghosts. That's my rapper. We have one from Shay S. Who is your favorite goddess and why? I gotta tell you, I know mine right off the bat.
I think I do too. I mean, which is funny because she's and I'm partial because I believe in experience with her, so I would say Hecate.
Really? All right.
Yeah. I don't work very much with, like, deity. I don't want to say, like, yeah, I don't, and also the dark things, but by dark, I mean, like, just like the darker goddesses and things like that. That's not really my speed, but because of that experience I had with her, I believe it's like, that was just too cool.
Similarly, I don't have a lot of experience. I don't have a lot of knowledge on a lot of them, besides what we've covered on the podcast. I immediately have always kind of bonded with Persephone a little bit. And I don't think I've been called by or had any kind of interaction. I just think that I dig that, duality of her, like, beauty side, but, like, there's also that, like, dark death thing in it, and that's cool. However, if I'm picking my favorite goddess that I feel like I at least know something a little bit, I'm picking my girl Isis every time.
There you go. That's still to this day. Well, I mean, I guess it was the Osiris episode, but it was really like the Isis episode. I loved that. I still think back to that episode.
That's definitely one of my favorites. I had a lot of fun doing that. Usually the gods and goddesses episodes can be a little hard to wrap your head around because there's so much information, and then there's different lores, but sometimes it's Freya, and other times it's, Bridget, and other times it's, like, it just changes. Yeah. But this one was so clear-cut, and it was like reading, like, a short story. It was chef kiss. This question comes from Sarah B. Do you have people in your life that have powers, but they don't see it? And how do you approach them about learning their craft without freaking them out? To which we got a response to that from Kyle's R that says, and I always say the name wrong. Kylie's Kyle's, I'm so sorry. Says, my partner is clairvoyant, but also staunchly atheist/skeptic, and I tell him all the time. So,
I don't know. Like, I mean, we of course have the shared family members that we have that now I think all at least a little bit know that we have there's a smidgen of powers that we all have in some fashion,
Yeah.
But I think of Hunter a lot because Hunter, not only does he have a very rare gift with animals, like animals just immediately trust him, like really? Immediately.
Oh.
And, but he can just... His track record's unbelievable, Charlie. He will pick the next famous musician every time.
That is quite a skill.
It's all the time. I mean, it's like time and time again. He'll just like find this artist on YouTube and he'll memorize them and love them to death. And within 2 years, they're like the next big thing. It's exactly what happened with Tyler Childers. It's what's happening with Sean James. It's what's happening. It's just like every single time he nails it. And it's crazy.
He should start like a scouting or like a production company.
He should.
Listen,
I think you got what it takes.
You got it, kid. I have a long-standing belief that Clark is an empath, but also I like to call him a prophet. It's just uncanny, dude. Some of the times, for him being very scientific and analytical, I believe, and he does not say this about himself, but I believe that he has said things sometimes that are just like out of the blue, and you're just like, oh shit. As a Sagittarius, his role here apparently is one of the messenger, or not even as a Sagittarius, just the way his whole birth chart aligns makes him, a messenger. And that's something I believe very, very much. And he's kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
You can believe whatever you want, sure. It's like I tell him this, it's fun to pretend. This is from Shannon S. What's the status of the creepy doll, Miss Katrina?
I have no idea. I followed up. I've written them twice. I can't get an answer.
They're dead.
Which I really don't love. Yeah, I'm not okay with that.
They are no longer of this earth.
I asked them, after I had that dream, I asked them about it, and I was like, please, just tell me what's going on, and they never answered.
I'm begging you.
And then I followed up again, and they just never answered me.
Well,
yeah.
I think I know what happened. What would you like the conclusion to that story be?
I want her to live at Greg and Dana Newkirk's is what I want. That's where she belongs.
That's the end goal?
Yes.
Maybe they've shipped her off. Maybe one day you'll see her there and there'll be like a plaque that's like, this came to us after her former owners died.
She'll be on like the background in Hellier. Like I'll be watching season 3 of Hellier when it comes out and she'll just be in the background and I'm going to shit a chicken.
So we've got some personalized questions here.
Oh.
We got Macy.
Oh, shit.
You do a lot of bath magic and I envy you because I don't have a bathtub. LOL. Do you have any shower rituals you do? And, two-parter here, and as an Aquarius, do you do anything special to connect with your Aquarian-ness?
So I'm only just now realizing in recent months that I I could be an Aquarian stereotype. I am an Aquarian stereotype, and all this time I've been not thinking I am, which is very Aquarian to do.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't really do anything to get in touch with my Aquarian side. It just is. And I feel like if I encourage it, well, if I encourage it, I'll be insufferable. So I just try to be aware of it, let's say.
How have you been enjoying your pattern / co-star? Has it been reading you to filth?
It has been reading me pretty well. Pattern is very interesting, or the pattern. Mm-hmm. That one's very, very interesting. Co-star is great. Co-star roasts me all the time, and I really appreciate it. I really have to tell you this. So I got Hunters to do. I got him to do his, and we're born 2 days apart, almost to the minute.
Yeah.
So on the same year, but he was born in a different city. But so our differences really weren't that much.
Really.
But his moon was in Leo. Oh. And he read it, and that was like one of the only ones he read that wasn't like dead on. And it was the cutest thing in the world. He like read it, and he like clicked his phone off, and he sat back, and he was like, "The moon doesn't know me."
Being a Leo, that is what a Leo moon would fucking say. You think you know me, moon? Fuck you, moon.
Moon doesn't know me.
No one can know my emotions.
Yeah, I know. I was like, that's great. I guess then for the bath magic one, I do a lot of my exfoliation in the shower. And that you can really you can make exfoliating a ritual.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if it's literally about shedding the old.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's great. So I would say that, like, if you're just trying to figure out ways to incorporate, like, intention work and things like that and visualizing things, I would say get you some good, like, sugar scrub or, like, a good scrub, and then just, like, really take a good exfoliation shower.
Go to town.
Yeah, man.
Get down. Go to town.
Turn around.
Turn around? Who's Scootin' Boogie?
You know, that is so weird that you say that. I heard that song today, and do you know how never, ever, ever, I never hear that song, and I heard it today.
You never hear that? I put that song on yesterday when I was cooking dinner. Crazy. Crazy. Something's happening. They're coming back.
I wish.
Oh my
God.
I
wish 90s country would come back. Late 80s, 90s country.
My goodness. Yeah, we're talking 90s Brooks and Dunn. We're not talking about that early 2000s bullshit they did. All right. So Amanda B says, Charlie, when you do glamour magic, do you carve sigils in your makeup palettes, spritz them with magical oil, or say some kind of spell, or do you just set an internal intention? That's interesting. That you're giving me ideas, first of all.
Yeah, those are cool.
That's very cool. I have been known to carve into my makeup before. Softer, eyeshadows and things like that. So I have definitely done some carving, because I like carving in general. Carving candles and pumpkins. I don't fucking know. But the spritzing them and making more of a spell out of it is definitely something that I would like to incorporate. Hell yeah. I do kind of like a light spell when I do my eye makeup, because, I have shit vision ever since learning about the tradition of the Egyptians putting their eye makeup on for, like, not only eye health, but seeing the truth in kind of a third eye kind of way. I have kind of incorporated that. So. My face is getting a little red from this Vera.
Oh my.
I've been digging. Listen to this, Mace. I've been digging these sour ales recently. I got a raspberry sour ale.
I like those. I really like those a lot.
It's so good. We've got one from Haley R. How do you get over the feeling of silliness with Earth Spirit communication? How do you connect with Earth spirits, such as the Mother Tree? First of all, you got to accept that you're going to feel silly, is my number one thing. You're going to feel silly for a little while.
At first you will, because, you have to think about it. You're going against a lifetime's worth of what you've been taught. I mean, this is essentially fantasy. You're trying to talk to trees and plants and fae and dwarves and gnomes. And, I mean, it's all of the things that you've been taught your whole life to be absolute fiction. And so, at first it is, but to me, a lot of it, and I think, we've talked before about everybody has their own, and you can learn whatever you want, but everybody has their own, like, inherent gift, and I think when you learn to open your third eye, you kind of learn what that is. You know, when you first start listening, and mine just happened to be that. And even for me, it was very silly feeling because it was like, what is happening? Am I nuts? Like, am I hearing these things like the way that I think that I am? Or am I just really getting into my mid-20s and I'm losing my fucking mind?
You're having that quarter life, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and so, but the thing is when you stick with it long enough and you start realizing that, well, and it's different for me, not everybody's the same, but I communicate with the things around me outside, that nature, things, trees, plants, everything, by emotions. I don't actually hardly ever hear words, but I hear exactly what I need to hear, even though I didn't hear it. It comes through emotions and I'm able to understand what that means. Yeah. And that took a while of listening to understand that, you know? And so you really just have to kind of understand that, yeah, it is a little silly.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're doing something that is, people would laugh at, you know, but that doesn't really matter. And if you just stay with it long enough and learn how to listen and not try to listen with your ears and not try to listen with your mind, listen through your, like, your soul, you'll hear things. And then once you get, you know, you start doing it more and more, then it becomes a vital part of your existence.
Nicole S. asks us, do y'all have any have any plans to sell the products that you make?
Yeah.
Well, way to just put the cart before the horse there, Macy.
Well, we will, you know. We have a little bit of setup to do, but yeah, probably.
We've discussed our options regarding this, I think, and nothing's for sure. We're still in the works, so no promises about any of that, but stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I like that.
Stay tuned. Oh, this one's from Madison P. How do you bring a little witchiness into every room of your house? I keep a rose quartz in my bathroom with my makeup, a candle in my shower, but other than that, it's just in my altar room and in front of my door. I want every room to be its own little sanctuary. Suggestions for the themes of each room or how/what to put in them to make it so. In reading the book, I forget the actual name of it. It's called Conjure the Practices of Hoodoo.
Is it the one with the chicken on it that I got you for
the
Christmas?
one that you got me.
I want to read that book. It was so neat.
Enjoyed it quite a bit, and through reading that, something that I read that really resonated with me, and I haven't done it, I would like to, but having multiple altars. When we think of altar, we kind of think of a very specific thing in one place, and it has to kind of be your catch-all, but in this book, they were talking about how they have like a little kitchen altar. And it doesn't have to take up a ton of space, but that's where you put the things that you do your kitchen witchery with, and you do things for your home and hearth. And then maybe in your office, you have your money altar or your business altar, and it's all green candles. And when you go in there and you kind of work money spells, maybe it's right before you jump in and do work in your office. And it's just kind of setting up particular altars for different spaces in your house, depending on the purpose for that. I like that concept.
I do too. And I like the concept of like little multiple places like that. Another one that I've heard is you can do elemental altars. So you could have a water altar and an air altar, and you do it that way. I sprinkle a little bit. It's almost like little nods. There's those little nods all over, like the besom in the kitchen, and there are juniper bundles all over the house.
Oh yeah,
all over the house. I put a hamsa in the living room, and I usually say hamsa. I said hamsa, but that sounds very southern.
I thought you said Hanson.
Do up.
Remember that?
Oh yeah. But I don't know. I think a lot of it too depends on how you decorate your home.
Yeah.
Your preference.
I mean, there are a lot of people out there, myself included, who love using sticks and bones and shit as decoration.
Oh yeah.
And especially as we've started this, and with you guys out there being so lovely and generous and sending us things, which I can't even explain to you. Oh my God.
So many things we've been sent are all over my house.
Absolutely. And we're kind of, hashtag blessed in that way that we get to put these all over our house. And my house is becoming more and more witchy by the week, But there are some people out there who don't necessarily want that. They don't want that on display, and they may not even like the way it looks, or they practice in a different way. And they might not have a lick, like a sniff of witchcraft in their house, but they have their little altar and doing it. They're doing all the witchcraft, you know. So it's just, I guess it's your personal thing. The second one was the one that made me go, whoo! Have you ever practiced magic with your partner? Like, have you ever gotten them in on a little spell? If this is too intimate of a question, scratch it. And if so, what kind of spell? And how did you get them to participate with you? I don't see Hunter doing the mirror ritual with you.
No, but I wish he would. That'd be hilarious. The funny thing about Hunter is he'll do whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's like with any of this stuff, he'll do whatever, and he'll listen, you know, and he'll be there and he'll be present, you know. He's known before that I've done spells for us, you know, like for, you know, just like prosperity work and candle magic, and, you know, if there's opportunities coming, I'll, you know, do things like that. He knows, but I've never thought of, and this is going to sound very exclusive, and I understand that, but see, here's the thing. I don't do spell work very often. I do it when I'm called to, and it's like, I'll be doing my thing, and I just get like, it's like someone grabs my jaw and points and it's like, oh, shit, okay.
I gotta go do this.
And so that's when it hits me. And maybe that's only once every month or couple months, you know, for me. And so it's like, when I feel that, I need to get work done. And it's like, I don't want to spend the time to train him in that moment. And I know that sounds like an asshole thing, to where the whole time I'd be explaining it or be like, this isn't, you know, it's just,
it would take you out of the moment. Yeah.
It would take me out, and it's like it's like bloodhound scent when it hits, and it's like I just have to do the spell, and so I really never even think about including him in it ever. What about you?
I have done things before that it has to be something that I care very deeply about, and it's usually in the form of candle magic, because I like this aspect of when you light the candle, every time you pass it or every time it catches your sight, to kind of refresh it a little bit. So every time you pass the candle and you see it burning, kind of stop and feed it a little bit, I guess would be the term there. And I have asked him before, I'm like, hey, if you feel like it, you don't have to. I'm like, but every time, if you pass this or if you notice this and you just felt like shooting some energy rays of, you know, whatever I happen to be working for, then cool, I would appreciate that, you know. And he's like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. And of course he does know that I have done spells for us, same as you, and also for him in particular. And I do like to ask his, you know, permission.
That's kind of how Hunter is. But it's funny, though, how things are starting to shift a little bit. Like the other day, because one of my ferns, this little fern, I've put so much work into this fern. I have the same 3 ferns. It's gone on 2 years. I've had these 3 ferns. And this is the fern. It blew off the back decking, which is like 9 feet off the ground. You know, it was like the far edge of the back porch, and it blew off of that.
That's the farthest it could fall.
It was like 9 feet, and the poor thing, and I watched it happen, dude. I was working on my Mac, and I had my Mac. And I had my Mac. And I was at my dining table, and I just happened to look up, and in slow motion I saw this fern just lift up and fall. And I went out, and I made some sort of noise. And
Did you just moan in panic again?
I did, like a lamb. I picked it all up, and I was so sad, and I was talking to it, and I was giving it my energy and telling everything was going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. It didn't have a pot for like 2 days, and so then I got a pot, and it had this pot, and everything was okay. But then the pot wasn't draining properly, and the plant started getting really sad. And Hunter went to carry it in one night, and the plant was full of water, and it was like 20 degrees outside. Oh, no. And so when he picked it up, it sloshed ice cold water everywhere, and Hunter dropped it. And it broke again.
Oh no.
And so it's been replanted in its 3rd pot. And thank you. In a plastic pot now with a hole in the bottom. And anyway, the other day, so I just replanted it, and it's in the sun, and it's okay, and it's being watered, and I'll move it to the shade, and I'm taking care of it. And I walked in the other day from work or whatever, and Hunter's like, have you talked to your plant? How's your plant? And it's just like, it was such a normal thing. He was like, have you asked it how it's doing? Is it okay? You know, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
I've noticed things like that with Clark as well. And it extends to further reaches. Like I notice, like sometimes my parents or just other people who I've kind of, we've kind of roped in, I guess, we'll say things now and then that are A little bit like, you're a witch now. Okay.
Y'all are all just a bunch of witches.
I see. You kind of like it. This one comes from Ellie G. What is your fondest memory of each other?
When I throat punched you in the pool. It's not, but it's one of my favorites.
Well, I
see it so crisply in my mind.
I know one of mine. I've got two that come to mind immediately.
Okay, you go first, and I'll think.
So the first one is the classic, you can fold me up.
Oh.
And put me in your pocket.
Yeah, I think that very well might be mine. I
don't know if we could even explain that to people. We were just basically being silly one day in your room and just talking nonsense.
I was maybe 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And I had that voice changer box.
Yeah, that's what it was. Goofing around, but we just had like the giggles. We just had the giggles, and we were saying ridiculous shit into this voice changer.
It was this weird monster I created too. I eat the back of your head.
You can fold me up and put me in your pocket.
I ride on your back. Yeah.
We just took turns saying the most ridiculous shit, and for some reason it has stuck forever. And then the other time would probably be the time that we just fell out and watched the entirety of season 4 Friends in Rustin's room that one day.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that? I remember we just did nothing and just watched Friends all day long.
Friends is great for that. It is the show to just completely veg out to.
And it was season 4, so it was a particularly good season.
Season 4 is the best season.
Love season 4.
I think mine, when I think about it now, because it was also kind of the first day that you and me ever did anything like it. When you worked your ass off with me when I was at my old job and I had to do North Texas Giving Day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, like, close as we've always been, like, me and you spent 2 days together pretty much. And you rode with me and you lived through that hell. That was that. Do you remember being so exhausted we fell asleep in the Sonic parking lot?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember we were like, I need to take a nap. And, yeah, God.
It was like, we got up at like 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, yeah. And put makeup on that looked like tigers or lions.
We looked like cats. It was, big cats. It was tigers. And I just remember that. And it was a good time, really, all in all. And I was just like, that was kind of the first time that you and me it was just us two. And we were just like hung out for an extended period of time.
Like as adults.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. We were on TV. It was wonderful.
It was a whole thing. Gizzy was there.
Gizzy was there. Veronica F. When you fall out of practice for a little while, what do you do to easily get yourself back in the groove? I've been feeling a little off lately, and I'm pressuring myself to the point where it feels like a chore. I get that, man.
Oh, yeah. It happens. Yeah. You know, like, it just kind of happens. Yeah. It's kind of tricky because sometimes there is an easy solution and sometimes there's not. Maybe energetically you're drained and you just don't have it in you at the time. I'll take a bath more often than not. That's kind of my way to try to jumpstart it, and I'll try to meditate. And a lot of the times when I'm not feeling it, I can't meditate. Yeah. I just can't muster the focus, but I'll think about things and I'll ponder. And, you know, that'll and I'll burn incense and work on things in there. And that's usually, but sometimes I can't pull myself out of it. And I'm just a muggle for a while, you know, and then you just kind of do that. And if you're busy or whatever, and it'll come back. It always does. Mm-hmm. As long as you know, and there is a balance. Like, you can't just forget about it. You always have to be I usually am always thinking about it, you know, and trying to be in tune. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and if you can't get in tune, you can't get in tune. You can't like force it. But if you're always trying to put feelers out, you'll come back to it. It always does.
It was scary in the first year of adopting these labels and this kind of getting into it. It was scary the first couple of times falling out of it because you just have that, like, is this going to come back?
It's never going to come back.
Yeah. I'm just not, this isn't for me anymore. What do I do? And you got to stay away, I think, from pushing yourself too hard to get back into it because you're just going to blow over, you're going to burn out. And then also, kind of going along with what you said in regards to an earlier question, I think you just got to find stuff that you love, regardless of if it's like what you should be doing. Like, oh, I should be burning this kind of incense, or I should be doing this, and just do something that you love, and you can incorporate magic into a lot of shit, man. I mean, it can be super, super mundane stuff, and you can kind of figure out ways to make your heart happy with it, and just kind of wait for it to come back, because it will. And I think we need to release this, you have to be the witchiest witch 100% of the time. No.
Well, and I think everybody always thinks that everybody else is the witchiest witch that's ever existed, when everybody is totally normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's living normal lives and doing it when they can.
Yeah. And a big like perpetrator of this is social media, and I hate to be
100%.
But to see people constantly posting photos of themselves doing these wild ass things and these great things, don't get me wrong, and spells and beautiful surroundings, you're kind of like, they are so much more of a witch than I am.
Yeah.
And you just have to remember that that's not completely real.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It'll come back. It always does.
God, here is a question I was hoping we would roll for. It's from Karen S. Favorite quintessential Texan food? Go.
Oh, fuck. Smoked mac and cheese.
Yeah. Oh, God, smoked mac and cheese. God damn. I've got two, if I'm allowed to.
I think we're gonna be rattling off a few.
I've got a Tex-Mex option. Classic Tex-Mex. You can't beat a good chimichanga. You can't do it.
Hunter's a fan of the chimichanga. He's a fan of the chimichanga. I'm a fan of, if we're talking Tex-Mex, the best, and Tex-Mex, but I love Tex-Mex street tacos. Yeah. I will eat Tex-Mex street tacos until I black out, and I love them severely. That is a big thing. I mean, Mexican food in Texas, or Tex-Mex, is, if you leave Texas and you live in Texas, you miss it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because you can't... I'm sure it's the same if you are in New York and there's, you're not going to get New York pizza in Texas. You're not going to do it.
Right. Right.
So everybody's got their thing. Mine, God, a good classic Southern is, and this is probably number one above everything, biscuits and gravy.
Sausage gravy.
Oh, there is no other such... What are you talking about?
Exactly.
There's nothing else.
I love biscuits and sausage gravy. That's another thing I will eat. I will wake up, eat it, and then go back to bed.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so good. I love, I'm a fan of, I like smoked things. That's a big thing in Texas. That's a big way that Texas barbecue is done, is through smoking. I love smoked sausages. Anything smoked is all wrapped up in like one big bow. So I'm trying to think of non-smoked Texas foods. Fucking Whataburger.
Yeah, Whataburger. And don't come for me, In-N-Out.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing. God damn it. I like In-N-Out. I like In-N-Out.
Yeah.
They're not the same. You can't compare them. They're not the same thing. It just drives me nuts that those are always the two. And it's like, you can't. You just can't.
And I do love In-N-Out. But if I had to pick, if I just had to pick one, it's Whataburger every time.
Yeah, I'm going to go get me a goddamn Monterey Melt. I always think about when I got my tattoo done. Because it's a really big tattoo for my body size. And he was like, hey, just eat a big meal before you come in. And so that was the first time I ever had a full, Whataburger. I had a Monterey to myself with, the fries and everything. And I ate the whole medium, whole medium fry, everything. And then by the time I was done, and it was only 3 hours later, I was ravenous again from that. And that's why he was like, just eat a big meal, burn through, all 8,000 calories of that Monterey Melt.
Tyla W. says, tell us about your little daily witchy rituals. Do you have anything that you just kind of do daily? Or, I guess, even just frequently?
So, it's funny, because to me, I was almost going to be like, no. But I realized normal people don't have full, smiling, chuckling conversations with plants.
Yeah, that's true.
And I do that every day. I've been raising up my seedlings, and I'll go talk to the mother, and I'll shake my head and laugh and have these full conversations. And that's probably witchy. That's a witchy thing.
Absolutely.
So that's my everyday. But other things, frequently I do smoke cleanse a lot. Even if it's not the whole house, I'll just do kind of a room at a time. And I'll rope yoga in there. I'll do some some like deep thought yoga.
Deep thought. In the vein of having strange conversations, the other day I was in the office doing work, and all of a sudden I just got this kind of creepy little feeling that something was there that I didn't want. It wasn't hurting me. It was just here in my house. I feel a little slimy, and I feel like it had almost just like a little attitude to it. It might have been Jim going it just wasn't my normal. The people that I know are here.
It wasn't your crew.
That I know are here. It wasn't my crew. It wasn't the people who live in this house that I know live in this house that aren't alive. It was something different. And I shit you not, I was not in the mood. I like stopped what I was doing and out loud I just yelled. I was like, nope, not today. Out. And I'm like, if you fucking view that from the outside in, you look like
you look crazy.
You're insane. For daily things, probably things like that, little outbursts, just walking through and, seeing something in the corner eye, just being like, hey, what's up? Mm-hmm. Also, I try to light a candle every day for ancestors. I try to start the day out with that. I'm going to say maybe divination in some form or another. Mm. This comes from Darcy P. This is in all caps. I need you to know that because it says, favorite Jimmy Buffett song.
She's great. She's amazing.
Thank you, Darcy. I hate to be a stereotype, but I gotta go Cheeseburger in Paradise.
I knew it. Me too. Me too.
I know that's the easy conclusion.
Honestly, they all sound the same.
Honestly, but you can't tell me you can't jam to Cheeseburger in Paradise.
You gotta jam to Cheeseburger.
And an ice cold beer, a big pickle. What does he say? Our last question. Here we go. Last question is from Veronica F. Do you have a witchy item that you dislike or don't use, despite it being popular amongst witchcraft as a whole? For example, personally, I really don't like the smell of sage, so I rarely ever use it to cleanse my space, and I use alternatives.
Tarot.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it. I think it works great with people. It's one for me. I've never jived with it. I can feel power in decks and be like, oh shit. But the channeling is it's just not there.
Something doesn't connect. Yeah, I get that. Gosh, I don't know. Mine's much less of a tool. It's silly, but I really don't like myrrh. Just going on.
You hate myrrh.
I hate myrrh.
You have like a bit of a kinsman on that front though, because, and I burn things all the time, and as long as I don't do, Hunter doesn't like those HEM, those hem incense. Oh, yeah. He doesn't like those. He's not a fan. But like the good ones that I have, like the nicer, the ones that are the slow burns, like the earthbound brown ones, he likes those, and he likes the lumpinis and all of the other Indian temple incense, all these other ones that I burn. But the other day, I'll burn my resins and he's fine. But the other day I was like, I'm going to be bold. And he was in the kitchen and I threw a big old chunk of myrrh on a charcoal disc that I had going, and I didn't think much about it. And I just see him turn around, and you know that meme of The Rock when, he smells something like, and he but it was like that face, but offended. And he looked around and was just like, what is that? And I told him, he was like, it smells like an electrical fire. And I was like, what? And he was like, it smells just like an electrical fire.
I don't enjoy the smell. I recognize that it has many uses. It's got its apartment smells of rich mahogany. I get it. It's important. I don't like it. I don't like myrrh.
Is what it is.
It is what it is. I guess in regards to anything else, man, there's our timer.
Yep. Wow.
So that's it. How do you feel after that?
I thought it was fun.
I thought that was fun as hell. That was some really, really good questions. I appreciate those questions. I particularly appreciated the favorite Texas food question.
Oh, yeah. And believe me, we could have done a whole episode on that. Just that one question. Just gone on and on and on and on and on and on.
We could do little 15-minute bites of Texas-isms.
Oh my God. Peach blackberry cobbler.
Let's talk. Okay, stop it. Stop. Good girl. Okay, you put some lemon and some cinnamon into that, and it is blowing tits.
Blow your dick off, right off.
Blow your bird out.
It'll blow your bird into the stratosphere.
All right. Well, that was a good time. And like we said, if we didn't get to your question, don't worry. Don't worry, dudes. We'll have more.
There will be more.
There will be blood.
Probably. There was blood last episode.
There was blood. I forgot about that, and I was listening to it back, and it just out of nowhere, are you bleeding?
Are you bleeding? It's always funny. Hunter, which is amazing, because he has terrible allergies. They're better now, but they used to be, like, very bad. And I grew up having nosebleeds all the time. Rustin got them all the time. I get them all the time. Not as much now as I'm older, but I mean, like, literally growing up in the summer and in spring, and even in winter, all the time. Like, it'd just be talking, and it just, like, the floodgates open.
Y'all scared the shit out of me. Because
it starts out of no, well, it's just everywhere.
It's no joke. It's not like, oh, there's a little drop. It's like you spilt a bucket out of your nose.
Yeah.
And every time, I sat there while y'all were getting tended to. I sat there in, like, the next room like a little kid, kicking my feet, just going, what if they die?
Well, and I don't get them now very much. And when I do, they're little, like the one the other day. And I was like, oh, shit, I'm bleeding. But, like, anytime I get one, Hunter's like, are you okay? Like, because he never, ever, ever got nosebleeds, ever. Apparently none of his siblings did. And it's like, oh, no, I'm more than fine. This is just it.
I don't know if I've ever just had a nosebleed. I remember one time at a sleepover, I stuck a straw up my nose. And
oh, I've done that. I've done that. You will almost have a brain hemorrhage. Yeah. It's so bad.
It was bad. And I know that sounds like I was, like, doing drugs or something. No, it was like we were, like, 10. And we thought it would be funny if we put straws up our noses, like, but it just, oh my God.
Oh God, no, dude. I was at a fast food place with friends one time, and I laughed, and I kicked my head back when I laughed because I do that. And then I leaned forward, and it jammed up into my nose, and I looked up, and then it just immediately happened. It was awful. And I had a nosebleed for like an hour and a half. It's awful.
I kicked my cousin's grandma. She was just trying to help, and I was just flailing because I'd never really had a nosebleed. Not seriously, anyway. I thought I was going to die, and she was just trying to, like, get close to me to look, and I just undulated right into her. Anyway,
that's a great way to end this episode.
That is a great. Bring that music in. Thank y'all for joining us so much for this special little mini episode. We hope you're having a great weekend. We'll catch you next time on the WBAH podcast.
Yeah, I think that's the name.
There's smoke and candles, and she's laid back, and you look you look like some kind of queen in, like, an old bad movie, like, where...
I love it.
Yes.
An old bad movie.
Well, I mean, like,
that's
movie.
Exactly what I wanted to hear.
A current movie would be a queen, like, dressed to the nines.
No, yeah.
Like an old movie where, like, it's like Cleopatra.
I'm an old raggedy queen. Fucking has-been queen. Been kicked to the gutter years ago.
Okay.
Wait for me to die off so my children can take the throne. Fucking sewer rat queen, just trying to get by.
You're the sewer rat queen. Where is this episode going?